Yo, what's up, everybody, man? It's your guy, Nick Frazier, man. Water Cooler Talk Podcast, coolest podcast in your ear. And you see the guy, Marcus Fitzpatrick. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we came up with our own rankings for the top coaches in the SEC, man. So stick. I can't even get it out. Stick around. Because we getting ready to go ahead and show you our rankings. You know what time it is. Let's go.
Boys and girls of all ages, you're tuned into the Water Cooler Talk Podcast, the biggest podcast in the world. Yeah.
You are now tuned in to Water Cooler Talks, covering everything you love about college football, especially everything going down in the SEC Conference. So, if you love college football, you need to lock in. And now, your hosts, Nick Frazier and Marcus Fitzpatrick.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, man, we appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here around the Water Cooler. As always, my name is Nick Frazier, one half of the Water Cooler Talk Podcast. And the other person you see him or hear him, tell him who you are, boss man.
Marcus Fitzpatrick. Let's go. Let's get it.
Yes, we appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here around the Water Cooler. As always, man, we are here every day, Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Thank y'all so much for coming around the Water Cooler. If you have not been around the Water Cooler before and this is your first time, thank you so much. And we ask you to do these things for us. We ask that you go and follow us on Facebook at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast. We ask that you follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Water Cooler Talk, especially this right here on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter at CoolestPod23. Follow us on Twitter at CoolestPod23. Follow us on Twitter at CoolestPod23. We appreciate you so much for that. And of course, subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell button here on YouTube so you know when we post more videos and when we go live, man. We appreciate you so much. As always, Marcus, let's go ahead and let's get into it. But before we do that, how you feeling today, boss?
I'm feeling good. Feeling great. How are you?
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Shout out to everybody in the comments, man. We're going to get to you all right now. JT said, I have three coaches. He's got 3 quotes today. He said, tell him which one is the best. He said, to be a coach requires more than a title, a big office, and other outward symbols of rank. It requires competence and performance of a high quality. All right. Do you think Hugh Freeze has that?
Don't ask me that right now. Don't do that. Why would you do that?
The quote means that the rank of Hugh doesn't matter because if Hugh doesn't get the team to perform very well, he won't be the coach. He won't be the coach. We ranking him on the ACC coaches. That is very true. Never mind. He said that was the only one he got. Hey, we appreciate that. The quote of the day from JT every day, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate it, man. Auburn for life, man. He said, Ward, M Eagle, baby, what's going on? We appreciate you so much, man. He said, so I predict that Hugh is probably only as high as 11th, but probably sitting at 14th out of 16. But if this base off of recruiting and team on paper, he may be 4th. I think you're gonna be interested to see where we rank them at because me and Marcus got different lists. We got different lists. The Huggy Beard himself, the legend of Sweet Sugar Bear Williams, is around. What's going on, my guy? The Huggy Beard. Huggy, what's up? What's up? King Richard in the building. King Richard, what's going on, my guy? I hope you're doing good, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you tune in tomorrow because King Richard sent me his 72 team, 36 per conference playoff format. I'm gonna have that on the show tomorrow, so y'all can take a look at it and see. Yes, sir. War Eagle, the Huggy and the King. Yes, sir. I got Fresh Boy.
What's up, Fresh?
What's going
on?
In the building. Good. That's what I'm talking about.
B-Ham in the building.
17 more Qs for yes, right, man. We are 17 people away from 600, man. So we ask that you please subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell button here on YouTube to help us get to 600 subscribers. That's what we're trying to reach to, man. We appreciate y'all so much for continuing to rock with us around the Water Cooler. Nick, what's going on? What's going on, Huggy? He said, Marcus, what's going on? That's what I'm talking about. And you that the king of the comments. It's the biggest op. What? All right, then. Okay. He said he the biggest op. Okay. All right, man. I would have to say 15th due to lack of finishing a game. Production was there, but could not finish drives. And being an underachiever is the quarterback whisperer. Woo! Y'all gonna be mad about these. Y'all gonna be mad about these rankings, bro. I'm telling you, they saying 14th and 15th. Ooh, it's gonna be interesting, man. What's going on? So I got C Hall, man. Hope everything's going good with you, my guy, man. C Hall is in the building in the comments with us, man.
Oh,
feelings don't change. Facts, but feelings don't change. Facts, but facts change feelings. Gene Deal. My all right, we got all the quotes coming in. All the quotes are coming in. We appreciate y'all. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Huggy, AU Dad, JT, Nick, Marcus, King, Richard. He let everybody know what's up. My guy, Fresh Boy.
What's up, Ted?
What's up, man? Fresh Boy said, "What's happening, my folks? What's happening, my G? What's going on, man?" The king of the comments said, "Hugh is boo boo." Well, I don't know who don't like. I don't know who don't like Hugh Freeze more. Is it Huggy or is it the king of the comments? Who you think, Marcus?
I think it's about the same.
Well, it's
about the same. I ain't never met Huggy in person, but the way he joke on that dude's face.
That's what I'm saying. Huggy don't like his face, and the king of the comments all the time. Say he sucked. That's
all
crazy.
The time.
That's crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, let's not belabor the point. Let's go ahead and get into it. As you can tell from the thumbnail on this on this channel. Of course, majority of the people that watch this are Auburn fans, but we also are an SEC type show as well. So the title of the show is "Where's Your Coach Rank in the SEC?" Me and Marcus put together our rankings of the coaches in the SEC, and guess what? You know, I'm gonna go first this time. I'll start off this time. Marcus goes first. I'll go first this time, and then we'll go through mine, and then we'll go through Marcus's, and we'll understand what way it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, going first. All right, Knicks coaching rankings. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see off the top of the dome, at 1, we got the guy Kirby Smart. I don't think there is no debate there. I think Kirby Smart has been the most consistent coach in the SEC moving forward since, and probably the heir apparent to Nick Saban. Now, I did say that there was a coach that came in and that felt that there was a void there that they could have taken. And I said last year that I felt that if they would have came in and won the SEC this year, they almost did, that he would have been the guy saying, "I'm the big dog now. I'm the captain now." And I got him at number 2, Steve Sarkisian. Steve Sarkisian, in my opinion, it's kind of hard. Here's the thing. I think I give Kirby the edge because Kirby has 2 national championships as a head coach. Sarkisian doesn't. But so what?
Say Kirby earned it. He earned that number 1 spot.
He earned it. But Sarkisian, in it, when we get to just physical coaching on the field, I can't dismiss Steve Sarkisian. Steve Sarkisian is up there. He's up there. So if I really want to go 1A, 1B with Kirby Smart and Sarkisian, that's where I want to go. But out of respect to Kirby, I put Steve at 2. Number 3, Lane Kiffin. I know people talk about Lane Kiffin all the time, man, but I think Lane Kiffin is a hell of a coach, though. I just think if he did not rely on analytics all the time, I think probably he would have been in the playoff at least 2 years. At least 2 years he could have been in the playoff. I honestly believe that. Because there are certain games that he plays that I'm like, stop using the analytics books. In the words of DC, stop using the analytics book and just go with common sense. Keep the field goal and see what happens. Play the game that way. Number 4, I got Josh Heupel. Okay, so 4 through 9 was kind of difficult for me. I'm just gonna be real. 4 through 9 was kind of difficult for me, so I could have put these guys in any kind of order. So I went Josh Heupel at 4 because I got recency bias with Josh Heupel. I looked at the past 3 years of what he has done in the SEC. I basically
he went 20-12 since
something like that. Something like that. But he's also had a playoff appearance as well in this past season. Stuff like that. So I put him at 4. I put Brian Kelly at I put Josh Heupel at 4. I put Brian Kelly at 5 because I think Brian Kelly them are like right on the cusp. And I think LSU is going to have a really good year this year. I think they're going to have a good year this year. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly how that works out this year in LSU with Garrett Nussmeier coming back with that offense. I think LSU's offense is going to be potent. I think the defense may take a step forward this year. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly how this LSU team look. And this is possibly the best year for LSU to actually make the playoff this year. This is probably possibly their best. well, moving forward, they'll have the best chance because of what's potentially being proposed with this college football playoff. But I think LSU this year, I think you start to see the difference. Eli Drinkwitz. I think the start of me actually believing in what Eli Drinkwitz is doing at Missouri was the game when he came to Auburn, and literally it was almost like who wanted to lose the game more. But the way the team played, and then when you watch them, I want to say what year was that? Was that 2022? Was that 22 when Missouri came to Auburn and they lost, and because he fumbled the ball out of the end zone on the touchback, and that's the reason why they lost. But I looked at it and I was like, when after that game, you saw like Missouri start to rise and start to get better. And I was like, okay. And then from there, the next year, they got better. I think they won like 10 games nation, and they won like 11 games nation, and they won like 10 games this past season. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly what Eli Drinkwitz is doing there. Mike Elko. I'm very big on Mike Elko, man. I think what Mike Elko did at Duke was amazing. And what you saw him do this first year at Texas A&M was amazing as well. Now, coming in at a point where he had to, after the firing of Jimbo Fisher, then having to come in and keep a recruiting class and then add to it, and then have this Texas A&M team in a position to be able to play their way into a SEC championship game this past season. It's a hell of a coaching job right there. So Mike Elko, I got him in the top half. Kalen DeBoer. I got Kalen DeBoer at that middle part in the SEC. If you ask me, I think Kalen DeBoer, this basically goes back to some of the stuff that he did before he got to Alabama. Now, I know a lot of people are saying that who did I know DC was like, because we talked about this on the show yesterday, like, or a couple of days ago, like who did Kalen DeBoer, like who were the quarterbacks he developed. But the thing about Kalen DeBoer is wherever he went, his offenses they produced. So I'm not gonna be surprised if Alabama's offense produced this year once they get their quarterback. So it's gonna be interesting to see what they look like this year at Alabama. I think they're gonna be a lot better, especially with them getting Grubb as their OC and him and DeBoer together. I think it's gonna be interesting to see. I got Shane Beamer at 9. This is like I stated before, 4 through 9 is where I could have put anybody at any spot. The only reason why I have Shane Beamer at 9 is because it just happened this past season. Literally, it just happened this past season. And I've stated before that we were talking about Shane Beamer possibly not even being at South Carolina after this past season. That's what we were talking about. But this past season, he got him a quarterback and Lenore Settlers, and now he has the opportunity to build on what they did last year, and they could potentially be a playoff team this year moving forward. Number 10, I got Billy Napier. Billy Napier, legitimately, I could put him higher on this list. I could. Because the turnaround job he did this past season with Florida, going down the stretch, basically knocking LSU and Ole Miss out of the playoffs. I mean, come on, man. Come on now. Really having the hardest schedule, I think he had like the top 5 hardest schedule the past 2 years in college football, or something like that to that effect. And he was able to finish that and end with a 7-win season. I'm telling you, man, I could have put him higher on the list, but it is what it is. I got Hugh Freeze at 11. I don't know why. I think that was just the Auburn in me.
I made an Auburn move. I think 11 is justified. I think he's right around at 11.
Nah, 12. He could. I could justify putting him at 13.
You could justify putting him at 15.
You could. But I think the Auburn in me I think the Auburn put in me.
I made an Auburn decision.
You did. I think you did. Yeah, people can be like, what in the world?
And I'm gonna go ahead and say that now.
Yes, he did, ladies and gentlemen. He made a very Auburn decision. So y'all gonna be like, what? But the thing about Hugh Freeze is, I think this year is gonna be a turnaround year for him. Now, am I saying that's gonna be the turnaround for the program? No, I am not. I am not saying that's gonna be the turnaround for the program. I'm saying this year is gonna be a turnaround season for him. For this year, we will see progress this season. Does that mean the program turns around? That's still to be seen. But we'll see what happens there. Clark Lee at Vanderbilt. The verdict is out on Clark Lee because I don't know if this past season was the fact that it was a coaching job, or was it the fact that they just had a ball at quarterback? Like I'm still trying to understand that. Like I need to see more from that. I need to see more from that. So that right there, I know Clark Lee is a defensive guy, and I know his defenses are gonna be good.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, I'm just trying to understand, like, was the quarterback the reason why, or was it more of the coaching? So I still got to see that one a little bit. So I'm a little imbalanced on that one. 13, I got Brent Venables. I don't, you know what? Brent Venables at 13 seems to me, just saying that just sounds bad. Because like if you don't realize like how much sought after Brent Venables was coming out of the coaching staff, I'm telling you how sought after he was. Like Auburn wanted Brent Venables. Like it was well known that Auburn wanted Brent Venables, but the response that came from Brent Venables was he didn't know who he was going to be working for. That's clear. That was his response. He did not know who he was going to be working for. So seeing what's going on at Oklahoma is kind of disturbing to me, and it's interesting to me. Like, so now with him getting a defensive coordinator in that he worked with at Clemson, then now you went out and got Ben Arbuckle, the OC from Washington State, who also brought in John Mateer, who was his quarterback at Washington State. I'm expecting Oklahoma to do better this year, which means that Brent Venables probably will move up on this list. If Brent Venables has a good year, I can justify putting Brent Venables in the top 10. Number 14, Mark Stoops. Mark Stoops, I believe this is my thing about
underachieved.
Underachieved. But the thing about it is, you got to understand, Mark Stoops did not expect to be at Kentucky last year. He was expecting to have the Texas A&M job.
True.
According to all reports last year, it was a done deal. But then next thing you know, at the 23rd and a half hour, it was axed. So I don't know if last year was just because of that, and he was looking towards getting to College Station, or if it was just a bad job of not being able to coach last year. Which I want to put it on the first part, was the fact that his mind was on, I'm not going to be I wasn't planning on being here at Kentucky. My goal was to be at Texas. That's why he underachieved. But Mark Stoops could literally be in the top 6 in this conference. Should be. Sam Pittman. Everything that I'm hearing about Sam Pittman in Arkansas, it seems like it's about to wrap up. I just don't like what I'm hearing out of there. But the thing about it is, they won 7 games last year. In this new era of college football, if they won 2 more games, they probably a playoff team. If you win 9 games, you're probably a playoff team. But we sitting here saying he won 7 games and he might get fired. So I don't know what's going on. And then, of course, Jeff Lebby. Jeff Lebby's first year at Mississippi State last year, he was retooling some things, but he showed some really good signs last year, especially putting up 31 points against Georgia at Georgia. He's showing why. He showed why. Excuse me. He showed why he's he's probably one of the up and coming offensive geniuses in the game of football, and why he potentially could have Mississippi State in a position to where they could be playing for a conference title in the next couple of years. With the way NIL is and the way the transfer portal is, it's a possibility that this man could potentially, we could potentially see Mississippi State competing for a playoff spot in the future. So it's interesting to see, man. Like, this whole list, like next year, this list could potentially be different. Like, you could see a lot of the guys that are literally like 4 through 10 be somewhere at the bottom, and then you could potentially see guys like 11 through 14 be in the top half. So it's interesting to see what potentially could happen moving forward. What you think about it, Marcus?
I agree. Like I said, my list. I sniffed I'm sniffing the Auburn juice a little bit. You know, so. But outside of that, with your list, it kind of, man, your list kind of look real similar in,
Nah,
in,
no,
some,
no,
in some
no,
in some in some ways.
yes.
Outside of in some ways, I think like the bottom half is kind of like the same.
Maybe. I think 14 through 16 is the same, except
Yeah,
for I think I switched one person. But other than that, I think we different all the way around that ball, man. I think we different.
we're about to find out.
We about to find out. Ladies and gentlemen, man, let's take it into halftime real quick, man. We're gonna take a break, man, and we're gonna get a word from our sponsors, man. So we appreciate y'all so much. Sit tight. We'll be right back.
Get out your seats. It's halftime.
Do you want to feel like a star? Then go to Hollywood Media, and you'll be shining. From sports interviews, athletic highlight tapes, athletic photography, Hollywood Media will make you the star of all stars. Feel like a star on the most important days of your life, from college graduation to saying I do to your forever person. Let Hollywood Media make your event star-studded. Subscribe and follow on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Hollywood_media. And follow on Facebook at Hollywood Media with 2 A's. Hollywood.
Yes, sir. We appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here, man. And appreciate the day one support
Ooh.
from my guy DJ over at Hollywood Media, man. If you want your memories to last and you want a professional guy to do it, hit up our guy, DJ. Follow him on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Hollywood_media. That's Holly with an EY. And on Facebook at Hollywood Media with 2 A's. That's Hollywood EY Media with 2 A's, man. We appreciate day one support of the Water Cooler Talk podcast. As always, I got DJ. We thank you so much for rocking with us here, man. Take a look at the comments before we move on, my guy. Here we go, man. So we got a lot of people that said that came in while we were talking, because I definitely did not see this, but let's see what's going on. He said, by the way, I hate Bama so being petty about Deborah. Okay. Is that supposed to be Deborah or Deborah? I think it's Deborah. I don't know. It is what I'm saying. Everybody speaking of what's up, my guy. I got Tez in the building, man. Also, man, hey, for real though, Tez photo imagery is Tez. Also, Tez I got. So if y'all want no hit up Tez, man. Tez in that thing too, man. Tez be doing his thing. Tez be doing his thing too. Wait, I don't think y'all get it. To me, his face is simply the iconic photography that represents all that I despise about him being AU's coach. He ain't Harsin in his defense, though. Okay, all right, bro. You really okay? I think Huggy took the cake. I think Huggy took the award there, man. Nick has my exact same one, except for Elko goes up one, Drinkwitz down two, and Kalen up one. Okay, all right. So we kind of in the same area. So we was kind of fighting between it. I told you 4 through 9 for me was kind of what's the hard part. He's saying Shane Beamer should be higher. Fresh boy, I feel you, man. But I got like I stated, I feel like I just saw him do it this past year. And the thing about him potentially not even being at South Carolina after this season would have been hard for me. So it's interesting to see. Beamer should be above Drinkwitz, in my opinion. Okay. I think a lot of people like Shane Beamer. Is my bugging or is Nick's mic? Is my mic tripping? Am I good?
I don't think so.
Testing 1 2. It might just be because I'm far away from the mic. That might be it.
I think my mic tripping.
No, okay. It is what it is.
You sound straight.
All right, switch Clark and Kalen DeBoer. Okay.
What's up, DC?
DC Wolf. Oh, that is DC. Auburn, that is DC Wolf in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure y'all go follow DC Wolf, man. Hit the like button, subscribe over on DC Wolf channel as well, man. Auburn, that is. We appreciate it, man. King of Comments said the top 2 coaches are Saban assistants. Well, Tells you a lot, doesn't it?
I said the same thing. Well,
It tells you a lot, doesn't it? He said DC in the house. Shout out to Auburn Dad. Yes, sir. DC in here rocking with us, man. Top 3 Trey. I only give him credit for Kirby. Ooh, okay. All right, okay. DC 11. Yeah, I got him at 11. I told you it was a little bit of Auburn in me, but I could have justified putting him at 13. I said that. Auburn Dad, what's up, man? 14 on his best day. But Huggy, you really do not like Hugh Freeze, bro. Huggy with the green gators with the gold belt buckle, with the gold buckle on it, bro. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Now, Marcus Wright, 15. Well, you ain't gonna be agreeing with Marcus when you see this list. I'll tell you that.
hey, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
He said Squat, Beamer, and Drinkwitz, Venables, and Clark Lee got to be above Hugh and Deborah, right? I mean Deborah right now. Okay. So basically, I think according to Tez, he would have Hugh Freeze probably in that, probably at the bottom. So you talking about closer to 14?
Yeah.
Man. Whew.
What I said.
Huggy, if Hugh wins and goes to the playoffs, do that change? Do you change, or do you just not like Hugh regardless? I want to hear this. What is it, Huggy? Let us know. Connie, what's up, Connie? He said, she said it was Jerry killing Poppy. That's what she said. She said the reason why Vanderbilt looked at it was Jerry killing Poppy. Shout out to Connie, man. Appreciate you for coming around with us, rocking with us, man. Appreciate you. I always love to see Connie, see her name pop up in the comments when she's around. What's up, Tez? He said, DeBoer isn't all they say he is. He has been a winner everywhere he's been. He won a conference title in the weak Pac-12 and was blown out against Michigan, and that's jumped that. I mean, you got a point. You got a point. But the thing about it is his offenses have produced. His offenses have produced. I mean, so we'll see what happens, man. Connie, yes, sir. Connie's in the building. Ted saying, what up, DC? Connie, what's up, DC? Won 9 games with his most talented team he's ever had. You talking about Caleb DeBoer. Okay. Brent B would have been cool to see. Are you saying Brent Billima? Brent Billima would have been cool at Auburn as the head coach. That's interesting. I don't know if that would have happened, but that's interesting. Yes, Mark Stoops is a damn good coach. I agree with you there. That's why I'm saying he could have been in the top 6. But like I said, I think it was probably more of the fact that he didn't see himself actually being there. He wasn't mentally prepared for the season because he was mentally preparing himself to be at Texas A&M. So that's what I think. But we'll see what happens. King Richard said, I agree. I don't see it yet. Okay. All right. Said if Mark Stoops is the 14th best coach your conference, you're doing something right. That is very true. That is very true, man. Very true. Shout out to DJ. Yes, sir. Shout out to DJ. Hollywood Media, man. Make sure you go support that guy over to my man DC. Yes, sir. DC. Make sure you subscribe over to Auburn Addicts as well. The female way, Deborah. Okay, so we saying Deborah. Okay, I got you. Just wanted to make sure. That's it. I just wanted to make sure that's how we were saying it.
What's up, Rob?
Yeah, Robert Smith. He said he should be towards the bottom for what we seen on the field, on the on-field decisions. Yeah, I agree, man. But
I agree, but I'm sipping the juice.
Yeah,
everybody been wanting me to sip the juice. I'ma sip the juice tonight.
I mentioned, y'all about to be like, what in the world is Marcus talking about?
Hey, this one for you, DC, and I'm gonna explain why I mean when I say it.
All right, here we go, man. Travell in the comments, King, he's saying, what up, Connie? Hey, Travell, man, it's always good to see Connie when she in the comments, man. We love when Connie come around.
Hey, Connie.
Hugh above Mississippi State coach, but after that, so basically you saying he was like the 15th best coach in the conference then. That's what you're saying. Yep. Man, y'all, no faith. But I understand the reasons why people feel that way.
I'm sipping the juice. Everybody been wanting me to sip the juice. I'm sipping the juice.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Turn me up.
Y'all about to see it. Here comes Marcus's rankings for the coaches, and he's gonna explain why he did it. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here's Marcus, SEC coaching rankings.
All right, top 3, all playoff contention, all made the playoffs. So got Kirby, got to salute Kirby. Sarkisian, I like what he did his first year, and I feel like with Archie Manning coming back, I think he's still gonna be a problem with Texas. So I got him at 2. 3, shout out. He doing a great job. After Pruitt left, I didn't see Tennessee doing as good, and they made the playoffs this year. Got him right there at 3. Lane Kiffin, man, I want to put you in top 3 so bad, bro, but you just keep disappointing me. You just keep disappointing me. But I'm gonna lock you in at 4. Uh, Beamer, South Carolina. With Sellers coming back, man, I think South Carolina gonna take a step, bro. I really think South Carolina gonna take a big step next year, and I
Mhm.
think I think it started with coaching and their quarterback.
Okay.
The boy at 6, like like y'all said, first year coach. The roster was outstanding, but he did do pretty decent with that roster. I don't like him and the school he come from, but I'm gonna give him his respect. Brian Kelly, I got Brian Kelly at 7. Honestly, off of his past, Notre Dame, this year wasn't really a spectacular year for Brian Kelly, but as a coach, his resume speaks for itself. Now, at 8, I'm sipping the juice. I wanted to hurry up and get to 8 so we can sip the juice together as Auburn fans, because in previous years past, me and Nick, even the king of the comments, have spoke and said that this man was a bad coach. In DC, you told us as a team, wait, be patient, let him get his players. So now that he got his players and his
Mhm.
team,
Mhm.
this is where I'm gonna rank him, because
Okay.
this is my expectation. I need him to be at the top, at least the top half of coaches in the SEC. You telling me now that he got his team, DC, that I can't expect the top half of coaches in the
Mm.
SEC ain't that good? We've been telling you for the last 2 years, scheme has been a problem, but nobody wanted to hear that. It's always been about roster. Now he has a roster. Now we want to say he a bad coach. But honestly, if I had to give my real assessment, yes, he would be at 15. But since I'm sipping the juice, I want y'all to sip the juice with me and be excited about him and his roster this year. We know nobody, no, don't just say he a bad coach now, because his roster was good last year. And he was a bad coach. So everybody sip the juice with me, and let's get drunk off this Auburn juice and rank our coach up there with the best. Next, we got Mike Elko, outstanding job at Texas A&M this year, like you said, Nick, early on. I I I wonder if he's gonna take the next step with Texas A&M. I
Oh, I
wonder
believe he will. I believe he will.
I
I
wonder
think he I think he got a quarterback.
I'm wondering recruiting wise, is he gonna get the pieces? That's what I'm wondering. And 10, I with Missouri's strength of schedule, bro,
Okay.
he should he should be higher on this list. He should dominate. To me, he should, with his strength of schedule, he should be able to run the table a lot more.
But he did though. He lost 2
Come on,
games last year. Year before last.
man.
Come on. He went
Man,
10-2. He won 11-2 the year before last, something like that.
I'm talking about this year. This year, his strength of schedule was horrible.
You talking about 2024?
Yes.
What was his record in 20? What was his record this year? 10-3? That's not you don't think 10-3 is a bad record? What was his record this year? What was Missouri's record this year? 9-3 or 8-4? Which one? I'll look it up. Keep going. Keep going. I'm gonna keep looking it up.
Then, like you said earlier, Billy Napier, I give him. I think he found his quarterback of the future, so I'm gonna put him at 11. 12, Clark. I think, like you were speaking to earlier, I think he has to get a OC. If he gets the right OC, I think after Pavia is gone, I think he has a chance, because I think with him knowing defense and being a defensive guy in the defensive pieces that he showed flashes at Vanderbilt last year, I think he got a chance. But Vanderbilt gonna be who Vanderbilt is. Let's be honest about that. I think once Pavia gone, the spark they'll lose it.
Interesting.
Uh, then we got Oklahoma. I think with Jeff Levy leaving, bro, it's an uphill battle for them, man. Uh, Sam Pittman is Sam Pittman. Mark Stoops, I'm hating because you underachieve. I think what I told Nick when the wheels fell off at Kentucky, I was like, bro, the wheels is falling off in Kentucky. And now I'm hearing that you weren't even supposed to be the coach. We can credit that, but I expected better from you. I really did. Jeff, this is your first year. I know you just left Oklahoma. You inherited some chaos. I ain't gonna say what I really want to say. Rest in peace to Mike Leach, but you know, that's my list, man.
I'm gonna ask you this question. We both got Sam Pittman, Mark Stoops, and Jeff Lebby. Well, we actually got Clark Lee, Brent Venables, Sam Pittman, Mark Stoops, and Jeff Lebby from 12 to 16. Maybe we just got them in separate order. Out of those 5, which one of the coaches out of those 5 is more likely, in your opinion, to potentially be in the top half next year?
All right, so we starting at Clark.
No. I'm just saying, out of the 5 I just named, because literally our list has 12 through 16. We have the same people in those same spots. We just got them in different orders. Like I got Stoops at 14 and I got Pittman at 15. You have Pittman at 14. I have Stoops at 15.
I think Stoops. I would lean. I like Stoops so much, but I think Stoops needs to change the scenery. I think Brent Venables would be my guy if anybody to leave that bottom half.
I like that. I was gonna go Venables too. I was actually either gonna go Venables or Jeff Lebby. The reason why I was gonna, like I said, I'm gonna go Venables because I think Venables is even though he hired a defensive coordinator, he's gonna be making the defensive calls this year at Oklahoma. And like I said, with the combination of John Mateer and Ben Arbuckle coming from Washington State to be the new OC and quarterback combination at Oklahoma, I'm telling you, Oklahoma's offense is going to be some potent this year. For the simple fact, now we got to understand that Oklahoma's offense last year was not as bad as it seemed because their wide receiving core was hurt all season. They never had their starting wide receivers for a game for the game.
And they only had 2 defensive weapons.
Basically. So if you bringing in Ben Arbuckle, who was at Washington State last year, with John Mateer, if I'm not mistaken, they were putting up 35, 42 points a game last year at Washington State. And they're saying that this guy Mateer could have been a Heisman Trophy candidate. And when you go back and watch some of his tape, if he had a defense, possibly he could have been in that. They could have been in that situation. Now you pairing him with Brent Venables, who we all know can call a defense, and he's going to be calling defenses again this year. Watch out, man. I think Oklahoma is potentially going to be the dark horse in the SEC this year. I'm saying it right now, way too early. Oklahoma potentially could be a dark horse in the SEC this year. But then Jeff Lebby, man, I like what Jeff Lebby opened up my eyes when he went to Georgia and put up 31 points against Georgia on Georgia defense. If he can, and then, but you know, you lose not Marvin Van Buren, but you lose the quarterback. I hope I said his name right. Marvin Van Buren's the president, excuse me, but you lose the Van Buren quarterback to the portal, but you get the quarterback from Florida State who transferred into Mississippi State as well. I can't remember his name off the top of my head right now. I just know the guy came from Florida State. But then you go in and you get 2 wide receivers coming into the transfer portal. Only problem I have with Mississippi State is, do they have enough on defense to keep up with the offense, or will the offense have to be the one that actually keeps them in games? Where they have to score so much to keep them in games. And we saw how that happened with LSU with Jane Daniels last year. But you know, Jane Daniels, I'm not sitting here saying Mississippi State has Jane Daniels at quarterback, because I don't think that dude is. But the thing is, you saw how that team was. You saw how Jane Daniels had to play. You know, you was putting up 55, 72 points on the scoreboard to win a game. So my only problem is, will Mississippi State have enough on defense to actually make a stop or two when need be? So that's what it is. So it'll be interesting to see that, man. Marcus, those were interesting, man. We appreciate that, man. Thank y'all so much for rocking with that, man. Let's take a look at the chat before we move on to the next segment. in this thing, man. King of the Comments Chevelle said Hugh is the worst coach, best recruiter with Auburn money because Hugh got the escorts on the paper. Let's go to the next one. Let's put it this way. He says Hugh had to start his Auburn career as one of the worst rosters in AU history. He has built this roster into one of the best rosters in school history, other than 04. That's true. I agree with you there, King Richard. The only thing is he should have won with this roster last year. He could have won with that roster last year.
Sip the juice with me.
And I've said this. Everything that Coach Hugh Freeze has been saying since year one was we need receivers. He went out and got receivers. Then he said we need to go find a quarterback that won't throw the ball to the other team. Went out and got a quarterback on day 4 or 5 of the winter transfer portal. After having a guy who I thought was just as capable in Malik Murphy and running this offense, having him come in who was ready to commit and telling him, no, we ain't ready to pull the trigger yet. And then next thing you know, you went out and got Jackson Arnold, who you was looking for. So I'm telling you, man, it has to pop out this year. This year it has to pop out. He asked for 3 seasons. It's time to see it. Agree, man. Agree. Auburn Dad said, funny, I have Hugh at 11th for effort in recruiting, at least improving stats, but results have him at 14th on paper. He top 4 with recruiting and team full of talent. Yeah, if we talking recruiting, he's number 1 in my book. If we just talking straight recruiting, Hugh Freeze is number 1 all day. Ted's come in and said, man, take Clark Lee and Venables, stick behind Beamer, move everybody down to, and I like it. Okay, so let's take a look at that. So he's saying take Clark Lee and Venables, stick them behind Beamer, because I think you have Beamer where? What do you have Beamer at? You have Beamer at 5. So basically, Clark Lee and Venables will go to 6 and 7, and then everybody else will move down. Okay. All right then. I hear what you're saying. King Richard, no, he didn't. What are you talking about? He did ask for 3 seasons. He did. That's what you're talking about. He did ask for 3 seasons. He said he needed 3 recruiting classes in order to before he felt like he was able to compete for an SEC championship. He did say that. Sipping the juice. They said you're sipping the juice, Marcus. They said you're sipping the juice.
Sip the juice with me.
The Huggy Beard said it sounded like you sipping that yak. That's what he said you sound
whatever,
like.
Whatever y'all want me to say, Huggy. Whatever you want it to be. Because when we said this last year, nobody wanted to hear it.
Connie came in with a statement that I want to expound on this because I have an opinion about it. She said the AU program is turning around, but is Hugh coming with us?
Oh,
I'm gonna pause right here for a second because I'm gonna.
Do you really want to talk about it like that though?
I'm gonna say this because I'm gonna come back to it because I kind of want to dive into that a little bit. And put Stoops up there with Brian Kelly. Okay, all right. I'm in AGA, Auburn Juice Anonymous. AJA, excuse me, Auburn Juice Anonymous. Auburn Dad, he didn't say take 3 recruiting classes before he be in SEC championship game or playoff. He said to Mike G at the ball game. He did say he told Mike G at the ball game, and Mike G reported that. Nobody knows, Connie, and we're gonna talk about that in a minute because that's an interesting. So stick around. We're gonna expound on that in a little while. B Sharp said you lost your mind with that, bro.
Oh, B Sharp. I know. I'm sipping the juice, B Sharp.
That's what he said.
I'm sipping the juice.
He said. He said you right, Sharp. The board Deborah should be at 16, not 6. That's what he said. For the record, Huggy
I guarantee you, B Sharp did not let that slide.
Huggy said from day one, it's always been on Hugh Freeze's lack of dog in him. All right, man. All right. He said Hugh Freeze is not above Mike Elko, Clark Lee, or Eli Drinkwitz. I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. But Marcus explained why he got Hugh Freeze there. He said he's sipping the juice. That's what he said.
Sipping the juice.
Still want to know, Huggy.
Question it before you continue. Because did we not break down game footage last year? Did we not say his talent mistakes were costing us? Didn't people say DC especially what y'all saying now? Give him 3 years, give him a chance to get his roster. With his roster,
that is not what I said.
He's not supposed to be in the top half, at least the top half of coaches.
Yeah. He said. I said by year 3. What I said was by year 3, people are going to want to. They're going to want to start to understand where's the return on the investment, just because of the amount of money that they are putting into the program. I said by year 3, you're gonna start hearing rumblings about if he doesn't win, what are we gonna do? Like, and then by year 4, if he doesn't win, then you may see a coaching change. That's what I said. So year 3 is this year. So if it doesn't happen this year, you're gonna hear the rumblings, which we've already heard the rumblings. So basically, we a year moved up. So I mean, you don't know what's about. You don't know what's about to happen.
That's the atmosphere of college football now.
Hey, Huggy, Auburn Dad still want to know if you go to the playoffs, are you still gonna hate him? That's what he want to know. That's what he said. Yeah, he's still gonna hate his face. That's what King Richard said. He's still gonna hate his face. That's what he said. Auburn Dad, he went to national championship over 14 of these head coaches on over 14 of the head coaches on his list. He's talking about DeBoer. Yeah, okay, that's cool. I think it's mainly his face. AU Dad, he need the operation face. Huggy Beard do not like Hugh Freeze at all. He said he's sipping the juice as being optimistic. What? Sharp, what's up, man? Although he would beat the crap out of Lee before Pavia. Before I think we'll see how Lee does once he loses after him next season. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Like I said, I don't know about that one yet. And Connie, I'm kind of almost on the train with Connie that is really more Jerry Kill and Pavia than anything. But
I saying Vanderbilt gonna be Vanderbilt after Pavia leave. That light gonna be gone.
Yeah, it's interesting to see, man. He said only coach on the hot seat is Hugh, Sam Pittman, Jeff Lebby, possibly Billy Napier. I don't know if Billy Napier's on the hot seat. I don't think Jeff Lebby's on the hot seat just yet. Sam Pittman's seat is on hell right now. And I don't know if Hugh Freeze is it's up there.
Put your lights up.
But the thing about the thing about Sam Pittman though is, man, like Sam Pittman, they won 7 games this past year. And by the way, Missouri went 10-3 this past year. Sam Pittman won 7 games last year. If Sam Pittman was able to eke out 2 more games this year, and this was the 12-team playoff with the automatic qualifiers, we potentially sitting here saying Sam Pittman probably playing for a spot in the college football playoff. But we sitting here also saying Sam Pittman's on the hot seat, which is wild to me, bro. That's wild. I'm already on the record saying any success AU has will be in spite of Hugh Freeze. Woo. We get ready to get to that in a minute. Frodo, he needs to do that face off like Travolta and Cage. Boy, that's funny. That's funny. But y'all, these Hugh Freeze. Ted said his face look like that because his mentality changed. Wow, boo boo. He just doesn't know it. Y'all talk recruiting. He number 1. He is. So who number 1 then? Sharp, tell me. Tell me what coach. Tell me what coach that just went 6. They went 6-7, then went 5-7 this year, and ended up with a number 7 overall recruiting class. You can't tell me that. Come on, bro. Come on. You gotta give him recruiting. If you don't give him 1, you gotta give him at least top 3. He gotta be in that top 3. Like, come on, man. Isn't what I'm good with.
Sharp ain't gonna let him live with himself.
Here we go. He freezes Gus 2.0. He'll get AU stuck in just good enough mode one more again. Well, let's not get on that conversation. He didn't have the worst roster, is what I'm saying. That's debatable. He definitely doing the best recruiting job right now. He can sell wins, basically. Marcus got receipts in his journal. Shout out to the Huggy Beard. Ted's come back and said when he called a timeout with 2 minutes and 1 second on the clock, he dropped to at least 10. That's true, man. You can't be mad at that. That is true. The King is the only one on this show that said he is a bad hire from day one. I said he only depends on talent like at Ole Miss. I am the one who said this first last year. Okay. All right. I'm not gonna deny that you were not a Hugh Freeze fan from the jump. I will give you that. I would give you that, man. I would give you that. Let's get back to this comment that Connie put up, man. And I want to talk about this. She said the AU program is turning around, but is Hugh Freeze coming with us?
This year will tell, Connie.
It will. But I'm gonna give you my thought process on what's gonna happen in the next couple of years.
Okay.
This could happen, it could not happen. And people could agree with me, they could agree with me. I think Auburn is actually going to win 10 games this year. I think Auburn wins 10 games this year. I think Auburn gets into the playoffs this year. I think Hugh Freeze gets a contract extension because, as we all know, this is a contract year for him. After this year, there's no buyout. He's going to get a contract extension because what's going to happen is there's probably going to be rumblings about another school wanting to go get him because of what he's done with recruiting. And then now that he's shown what he can do with recruiting, with getting his guys, there's going to be a school that's going to be interested in potentially coming to get him as a head coach. Possibly. So we'll hear those rumblings. Is it true? Probably not. He'll get the contract extension. It'll probably be something like a 5-year, $45-50 million extension that he'll get. Roughly somewhere he'll end up getting top coach pay in the SEC. He'll get $9.5-10 million a year. I think the 2026 season, we will see a regression back to about 8, maybe 9 wins. The 2027 season, you'll see a regression back to about 7-8 wins, somewhere in that 7 to 8 range. If he gets to a 2028 season, it will be stuck at that 7 or 8 range. And then guess what's happened? He's going to be fired, and then Auburn's going to have to pay him a $20+ million buyout. And we're going to be in the same cycle again. That's just what I see happening moving forward with him. So to answer your question, Connie, it is turning around. The talent will be there. But the thing is, I don't know if Hugh Freeze is going to be around to be the one to reap the benefits of it. That's just how I see it.
The talent turn around and he re-signed on contract. Hey, that's what 3 or 4 more years. And Deuce Knight gonna be up. So hey, he can't. I don't know.
That's just how I see it. That's how I see it happening. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Auburn Addicts comes in and say, "Yeah, bro, rent is due for Hugh." It is, and it's a big bill too. It's a big bill. If Hugh has same agent as Gus, he'll get an 8-year extension with a $20 million buyout. I don't know if Auburn. I don't know. I think Auburn learned a lesson from that one. I think they did. I think it's probably gonna be. I think right now, top pay in the SEC, like right now, I think Sarkisian just got $12.5 million. So you possibly saying top pay in the SEC for an SEC head coach in that top range, you talking $9.5 to $12 million. $10 million is where I think he'll be at if he wins this year and gets into the playoffs. So you talking another 5. I'm looking at maybe a 5-year extension, $50 million. That's 10 million a year. He'll get 3 years of that. So he'll get 30 million of that. And then if it doesn't happen after that 3rd year, I think they make a change and then that buyout comes in and that's going to be 20 million that they're going to have to buy out. That I just see happening. I just see it happening. I just see it happening, bro. I hope I'm wrong. I real deal hope I'm wrong, but you know, it is what it is. Huddy Beer said, man, bro, Tight's old tripping self was talking extension earlier. Y'all need to chill, right? It's gonna happen. It's going to happen. It's really going to happen. If Hugh Freeze wins 10 games this year, he's in the playoff. He's at least in the conversation of playing for a not playing for the spot, but in the play. He's at least in the conversation of getting to the SEC championship game if he wins 10 games. If that happens, he's in the conversation of winning. And if he gets to the SEC championship game and win and gets in, and even if he gets to the SEC championship game and lose, he's more than likely still going to get in based off of what happened last year in the playoff. I don't think the committee's going to let what happened last year happen again. So even if he's 10-3, if he's 10-3 and with a loss in the SEC championship game, Auburn is still going to get into the playoffs and more than likely host a playoff game on campus. And if that happens and they bring more revenue, he's definitely going to get an extension. And it's going to be a $45 to $50 million extension. Believe that. The tent, the rent, the light bill, the water bill, and the car note is due, Hugh. And we all with you. Connie said, Nick, you making Huggy's point, Gus 2.0. I said that. I said that a long time ago. But the brothers of Marcus and Travell said that we didn't know what we were talking about. They said we didn't know what we were talking about. But hey, I hope Marcus can see this.
And I still stand on that.
I hope Marcus can see this.
We went to multiple SEC championships.
And she said it's set up that way. They got a point. She got a point. You paying $2.5 million for a coordinator. That's a lot of money, man. To be honest, it's best if you win big. Win big. This best for Auburn long term. Can't change coaches every 3 years. That is very true. That's why I think they let it go on for 3 years before they decide to make a change. If that happens. Yep. I don't think Cohen would make that mistake with the buyout. I hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't. But I will say this though: if he wins this season, if Hugh Freeze wins this season and gets to the SEC championship game, or at least close to it, with an opportunity to get into the playoff, he's gonna get an extension. He's gonna get an extension.
You can bet that.
More maybe Hugh can really stack the talent and make long run with playoff appearances and a natty or two. King Rich, I wanna agree with you. I want to agree with you so bad, bro. I don't know. If he gets in the playoffs, recruiting will be unstoppable. Very true. Very true. But the problem is, will he be able to develop that? I think on the defensive side of the ball, they definitely would be able to develop. The problem is on the offensive side. Will the ego get in the way on the offensive side of the ball? Interesting.
I think he got too explosive. I think he got too explosive years up under his belt.
More than likely. Yep. I'm calling now. AU gets 8-4, beats Bama, gets an extension. Y'all some bad. Huggy does not want this, bro. He does not want this, man. Shout out to the Huggy Beard, the legend of Sweet Sugar Bear Williams, bro. We appreciate you, man. Is there a world where we're successful while losing you? Do we have enough to sustain the recruiting? That's what I asked when Mike G was on the show. I asked Mike G this question. I said $2.5 million was paid to DJ Durkin. Is this a contingency plan moving forward if things were not to happen, were not to go right this year? Words Mike G said was $2.5 million is a lot of money. That's what he said. And of course, we all know Ohio State was trying to poach him away from Auburn to come be their DC as well. We all know that. But that's still a lot of money to pay a coordinator. The second highest paid coordinator in the country, behind the dude from Penn State who left Ohio State to go to be DC at Penn State. That's a lot of money, bro. It's a lot of money. Gus 2.0 is slap in the face to Gus when Gus never had a look. Okay, whatever. It's funny. It's funny outside of a 2-year with Gus and Bowden, our best years, Orchestra B, defensive coaches. I'm telling you, maybe Auburn need to do that. Maybe we need to go back to a defensive coach. Maybe we do. I don't know. So I'm gonna say maybe the old moniker of defense wins championship still rings true. I'm just saying. Maybe it still rings true, man. Maybe it still rings true. So we'll see. Marcus, man, what you got to say to people before we get up out of here?
Hey, man, y'all be blessed, man. Have a safe week.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central here around the water cooler. If you have not, man, make sure you go check out this video right here on our YouTube channel, man. Auburn's next star running back, man. I'll be putting out these videos every day, man. I got one coming out tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. We're talking a little bit about the spring games. So you're going to want to check that one out, man. But make sure you go check out this video on our channel right now, man. Auburn's next running back, man. These are gonna be 11 minutes or less videos, something that you can consume really quick. That just gets you thinking. It's gonna get right to the point and we get in and get out. So we appreciate y'all so much for there right now. Make sure you check this video out. Check the video out right here on YouTube. On our channel right now, man. Before we get up out of here, man, as always, man, we appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here around the water cooler. As always, man, follow us on Facebook at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Water Cooler Talk. On Twitter, follow us at CoolestPod23. Follow us at CoolestPod23. Follow us at CoolestPod23 on Twitter. We're trying to grow that too. We're trying to grow that Twitter following, man. We trying to. And of course, subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell button here on YouTube so you know when we post more videos and when we go live. We appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here as always, man. Every day, man. We thank y'all so much for always coming around the water cooler with us and giving us a little bit of your time. And we thank y'all so much because you decided to come and be with us, man. We thank y'all so much for that, man. We'll be back tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, man. We thank y'all so much. Get these last comments in. King Richard said, man, I believe not only to keep OSU from taking DJ Durkin, but to make him the head coach and waiting. I'm telling you, it's a possibility, man. The vid was cool. Keep them coming. I will, Huggy Beard. They will be coming, man. They will be coming, man. Great show. We appreciate that, man. Shout out to Nick and Marcus, man. We appreciate y'all so much. War Eagle. You talking about fumbling Austin and fumbling Cobb. Hey, go watch the video. I'm pretty sure you already watched it, but go watch it again. We appreciate it. We need the views. We trying to grow. We trying to get to 600, man. So make sure y'all subscribe, like, share, hit the notification bell, and go follow us on Twitter at CoolestPod23. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get up out of here, all hearts and minds are clear. You all have a good one. Better yet, Y'all have a great one. Y'all be blessed, man. We'll see you tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, around the water cooler. Tell your friends to tell a friend to tell a friend to come chill with us around the water cooler. We love y'all, man. Appreciate it. Y'all be blessed. And as always, one love. And we out this mug. Holla.
Boys and girls of all ages, you're tuned into the Water Cooler Talk podcast, the biggest podcast in the world. Yeah.
Thanks for checking out this episode of Water Cooler Talks with your hosts, Nick Frazier and Marcus Fitzpatrick. Make sure you like and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so that you never miss an episode.